This is the Galaxy Report for Saturday, April 28th, 2007, episode 71. Welcome back to the Galaxy Report. I'm Freak Asaka. It's been a long time. Joining me is Josh. Josh, how's it going?
Good morning.
We're finally getting around to doing a show, aren't we?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Long time no see.
I know. What's been going on, man? We haven't even been talking.
I know. It's with no Xbox Live. It's hard.
Oh, it's a mess. A mess, I tell you.
I can't afford to renew my Xbox Live, and Garen's kick the bucket. You never play.
I play. I'm just usually never.
What do you play? You're not. If you're not in Galaxies, if you're on Xbox Live, what do you do with yourself? There's no games on PlayStation 3.
You want to know the truth?
Do I?
Pokemon Pearl.
Oh God.
Yes. I'm trying to catch them all. No. Came out this week. I picked up Pearl for myself, Diamond for my boy. And we're both playing, and we'll be able to catch the exclusive ones. Only there's 12 exclusives on each one, so we'll be able to grab them and trade them with each other. So we'll be able to have all of them. So yeah,
the last one I bought was yellow in 1999.
I've been getting my Beast Mastery ready, working the Pokemon. Now it's been crazy for both of us. You're finishing up school, aren't you?
I'm done on Spider-Man 3 Day.
Sweet.
It's been great because I got those damn trailers that all every day, in 6 days. Yep.
6 days. I'm done.
I will be done.
How long you been going?
Awesome. I haven't had a day off since Easter.
Ooh.
Not even weekends.
Nice.
Except for today. Today I took the day off. When I was at the girlfriend's house and killed a lot of people in Splinter Cell. That was fun.
Yeah, I'm sure she enjoyed that.
Oh, she does. With the tomboy.
That's why you like her.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was finishing up my semester at school and everything, and I didn't even get Easter off. I had a big report that was due that night. So,
yeah, why don't you tell them why we didn't have a show last week, despite best planning?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we planned it out and everything. I emailed you. It was like, hey, you're going to be there? It's like, yeah. And I was finishing up. End of the semester, we had this group project that was due for advanced composition. Now, I was already getting an A in the class, but I wanted an AA. I wanted a solid A. And it was this group project. And my group mates were driving me crazy because I had one that would only show up occasionally and who wouldn't do anything that, we're supposed to do a case study. I don't know if anyone's ever done a case study, but they're really simple. And I don't know why they made it as hard as it seemed to be. But she would show up and be totally off the beaten path of what we actually wanted to do. This other guy would show up sometimes, but he would just kind of give his piece and then just not really offer much. And then this other chick had 1,000,001 things going on top of getting chemo treatments. So then there's me. So we're trying to finish this up. And I'm okay, just don't screw up my A. That's all I cared about. Don't screw up my A. So the people aren't showing up. It's due Saturday night. We're going back and forth. The one chick's not getting it. I ended up rewriting her section Friday night because she's not getting it. Saturday, we agree on everything. It's okay, you post the draft. He's going to type it up, and then we're going to come back and look at it. So I had my son has something in the afternoon on Saturday, and then we had a spaghetti dinner thing for one of his school functions. We run to the store. We come back. And they posted the finished project. The only problem was it wasn't finished. They realized that we were missing something because the teacher came in because it was online. She came in and said, "Hey guys, you're missing this thing." It was a chart. Someone had to do was make up a chart. This thing wasn't even due till midnight, but no, they just decided to post it. He said he was going to post it at 5. He's not waiting around. He's done. He's posting it incomplete. So I completely lose it. I slam my computer down, and my buddy calls me. And I usually never get to go out on the weekends because my girlfriend works 12-hour shifts at the hospital, so I'm always home with the kids. But she was home for the weekend, and she's my buddy's hey, come over, so and so's house. We're all here drinking. I'm like, can I? She's like, yeah, get out of here, because she wanted me away from her. So I took off. 3:30 in the morning, I came home, and I probably could have done a show, but I probably wouldn't have been able to. You wouldn't have been able to understand what I was saying. Slightly inebriated.
There I was sitting on Skype until 2 o'clock in the morning, like, it's going to be awesome. We're going to do a show. Nope.
Finally. And we had stuff to talk about, too, and I was excited about it. But I did have some, like, chick in her, like, late 40s yell across the bar to me. So thumbs up.
Better than my night.
Yeah, if
I
you're...
sat there and watched Joe Dirt on TBS.
Joe Dirt.
Terrible film.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. Fun.
Yep.
But I'm done with my classes. I did get my A in advanced composition, so I was happy. Whined and complained till I got it, but I got it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I got
3 more years.
Got an A in math, too. Hoorah. Yeah, 3 years.
I hate math.
Oh, I loved it. Favorite part was when we got into probability. I flip a coin 5 times. What's the probability? 3 of them will be heads.
I probably couldn't even tell you.
I can tell you.
I failed every math course in high school.
I didn't do good in high school in that either, but hey, I got an A in the class. I don't know. Must have slept with the right teacher. Okay, so lots of Galaxy news to go over, too. Let's see. You got the Galactic Sea Report is what you have typed up here for our show notes. We're going to go over the Chapter 6 overview.
I failed English, too.
Yeah. What are you going to do again?
A good thing I'm a compositor animator guy.
Yeah.
Or I don't have to write anything down.
I played with drawings.
Should have been a programmer.
Yeah. Oh, man, that would have been a mess.
Could have made some good viruses with my bad typos.
Yeah. I swear I meant for it to be a program. It was supposed to be useful. Really, let's see. Galaxies, what do we have? We got the Chapter 6 overview. We're going to read over the notes, what's been posted so far. Then we're going to go to the breakdown. We're going to go over the Beast Mastery Friday feature, the Rebel Quest updates, what they've given us on that, the Azura Cobalt quest. Cabal.
Use in Mortal Kombat 3.
Colbert.
That show.
Storyteller. We're going to talk about the mob difficulty, the house purge, do some house comments chat, and then we're going to tip our hat and say goodbye to a few friends, some of the hard workers for the community who have decided to bow out and go the other way. Some other way. I don't know. They just won't be with us as much anymore.
Warcraft.
Yeah, have fun with that.
Hate Warcraft.
Yeah. Find me a good MMO.
Star Trek Online.
Yeah, what a piece of crap.
QA 2008. Whatever QA means.
QA?
QE?
Quarter 3, maybe? Q3?
That could be it. Q3, yeah. I see that. Is that what it stands for? Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not much in business, am I?
So, no, see it, what, September of 2003.
Sweet. 8.
8. Yeah, 3, 8, quarter 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about.
You're 4 years behind.
Anyways. Let's see. Well, I'm just looking over the published notes real quick. There's a lot of it that we're going to get into. There's a Storyteller that dropped on Test Center, Beastmaster, the Beast Incubation, the Beast Loyalty and Happiness. So I guess you have to keep your pets happy, kind of like Pokemon. That's why I've been playing, kind of a warm-up for this. Whole Beast Toolbar for people to work with, send commands to your Beast. They talk about the Beast leveling a little bit, the death of your Beast, and the ability to revive them. Let's see, creature mounts, legacy pets.
Breed them?
What, creature mounts?
No, that'd be creature mounts.
Oh, breed your pets.
Breed your beast.
This is kind of like Viva Pinata.
I almost bought that the other day. I saw it for $15.
Seriously, you should buy it. It's like a friggin' time sink, but it's a lot of fun.
I almost did, but it's too much on hand right now.
I paid $50 for it. It's worth it.
50. Oh god, I wouldn't spend on that crappy game though.
They talk about the legacy pets, what you get to do with them. Basically, you get a chance. You can either just drop them in your house to look at them. Hey, look, it's pretty. Here's my pet. Or
what's a legacy pet?
That would be all the older pets that are currently in your datapad.
They're calling them legacy pets now?
Everything is legacy. Everything old is legacy.
So they got a quest called Legacy, and just to complicate it, they threw in legacy pets.
Is it really that confusing? The legacy quests or missions you go on, legacy pets are old things that you just set in your house.
I can't spell galaxy right. Of course, it's confusing to me.
Artard. See, the wild creature special abilities, we get to go into that. They've kind of beefed up what the creatures can do attacking you. The Rebel theme park, went over the revamp on that. Foraging.
That's already back.
Yeah, I thought it was back before. I don't...
Yeah, I did that the flip on Bloodfin one day. he got really mad.
Yeah, he's not a big fan of being foraged in front of. Which, if you foraged in front of me, I'd probably like it, but that's just me.
Oh, they had the treasure maps back. That's what's different.
So
remember the treasure maps?
Yeah, from back in the day. Pre-CU, it's a regift. That's all it is. No one wants it. Treasure maps. Let's see. The enemy scale to the combat level of the player attempting to extract the treasure. It's pretty cool.
Sweet. Did I even mention the adjustments to the player level, or sorry, the NPC level in the notes?
Well, they talk about the wild creature special abilities. So I think adding that in, I think that's what people are really starting to see. Is like the creatures can finally do like special things to you, and
how many times I remember they had it in the CU once.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to that later. That's its own bullet point.
And then a couple tweaks of the mounts and vehicles. You can't call them when you're rooted, which is probably good. And you can no longer enter a vehicle while rooted. So probably just trying to cut down on a couple of exploits there. That's what I'd say.
Exploits?
Well,
not so much exploits. Broken things. It's like that for 4 years.
Why else would you hop on a vehicle while you're rooted unless you're trying to get away from someone? I see, not really an exploit. It's taking advantage of a bug.
A poorly designed system.
You don't know. Maybe it's just something that happened.
What are you drinking? I can hear you.
It's called iced water. Straight from the tap.
Don't make me go get some more beer.
You and your beer. So many calories in a beer. Okay.
Only 170 pounds. Not worried about it.
You will be. Let's talk about the Beast Mastery system. You want to start? What are your thoughts on it? The whole Beast Mastery thing, it's kind of coming together. We're seeing how they're doing it.
Okay, alright. I've only had a very little experience tweaking with it so far on Test Center. I haven't had much time to, and most of what I know of it, I gathered from reading the forums. But from what I see, it's a really, really cool crafting system. It's one of those things you tell your buddies about to make them want to play the game. Yeah. This is what Creature Handler should have been, first time through.
Yeah, I was never a creature handler before, so it never interested me. But this kind of interests me, just like how many different things you can do with it.
I know, this is something that they could so easily take this framework and make it like the droid engineer revamp. I mean, wouldn't this be cool if droids too, if you had like instead of gathering,
you could go out and find parts or something, and
you're building droids or crap. That'd be cool. You could build a droid out of all that junk loot you find.
I want my droid to have a data pad for a head.
All those eyeballs and crap you loot.
Yeah.
But I really like the art on the incubator. Yeah, the art on the incubator.
How much do you think that's going to go for on live? First few ones.
I don't know, because I haven't looked into enough to understand the experimentation process, but I understand that all the crafting professions, or most of them, have a hand in building it. But I really like the model itself. It looks really sharp. It reminds me of the Bacta tank from the village. And I've actually seen some cool stuff on Test Center. People have built like labs where they're doing all the DNA stuff, where they get like 7 or 8.
Nice.
And they get all the different crafting stations there because, I forget what it's called, but they're synthesizing enzymes or something. And it takes like 5 hours per enzyme or some great length of time, several hours, like a whole factory run of stuff.
Yeah, it's not a quick process. So anyone who thinks that they're just going to jump in, bust out a few like super cool pets and like bail, that's not going to happen with this.
Like a day per one pet, I think, or something. That's kind of cool. Like people have these huge labs going on. If they work that into the city research crafting bonuses and all that, that'd be cool.
Now, this really looks like something that Blixtev had talked about when we interviewed him a few weeks back, where he talked about wanting to add content to crafters to give them repeat business. And this looks like something that could be starting down that path, where you need like all these different groups that can make all these little things, and you need all these different people to create these creatures.
And I like about it is the fact I was really I objected to it completely at first. It's just an expertise thing, not its own profession. But now that I've seen I'd rather have people picking this up as an expertise thing than I would have being a completely new profession because it's more accessible this way, and I can even my commando can pick it up if I want to.
Yeah, you could pull up. You could take in even if you just wanted to dabble in it a little bit, just you could go out, sample some creatures, get some stuff from them, if that's what you wanted to do. Because
it totally gives that mixing and matching thing back. I didn't think it would have because I didn't expect anything this in depth. Because look at all the air revamps we've had. We've had the GCW revamp, we've had the Smuggler revamp, and we've had the reverse engineering. They're decent, but they've never been anything nearly this in depth in terms of completely reinventing a system in the game.
The only thing that I'd have to say I don't like about it as an expertise is I still don't like the way the expertise is set up. It's kind of confusing. I prefer the skill trees. Now it'd be cool if they could bring back like a skill tree where you could go up and pick stuff like skill tree form, because I always thought those were even like when I played
intuitive.
When I played WoW, I thought I didn't like the way you would go through with your talents and pick out stuff. I like the way the skill tree works, and totally if they completely maybe even just spruced up the way, or even gave you the choice if you wanted to look like a skill tree or if you wanted it to look like this.
I agree, but that's more of an art thing than it is. It's a working system, and that's fine enough for me right now.
Right.
That's one of those things I'd rather go back in chapter
10.
8. Well, anything after this one. I wrote chapter 6 overview. Is this 5 or 6?
This is 6.
This is 6?
We're at 6?
Getting confused. So go back to in 7 or whatever it is. Just go and clean that up a little bit. But I don't really care. Expertise trees, I got used to them.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the biggest complaint about the whole system, then obviously they're going down the right road. Yeah.
I like how, from what I understand, the whole beast thing is pretty powerful too. If you invest your points in it as a combat class, then it is very viable. If not, I've heard some people say they're beating up people a couple levels above them, like on the test center, the one that got rebooted.
Really?
Yeah, like someone said they're like a level 15 Jedi with Beast Mastery, and they're beating up the level 17 Commando.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But that's pretty heavy weapon Commando, mind you. But
right.
As long as that's viable, that would almost make me drop most of my worthless Commando skills I just picked up because I had the points.
Yeah, and I was going to say that. I mean, everyone who has an expertise, you always have like a couple of leftover points to where it's like, okay, I'll just throw it in this or I'll just throw it in that.
Especially in the Commando and a couple of the later ones.
Yeah.
Jedi and Bounty Hunter were buying a lot of their own stuff back, so they don't have the points for it.
Jedi more than Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter not so much. I can't go with you there. I know Jedi really did. Bounty Hunter not so much. They got a lot of new stuff when they got their actual expertise.
They got a lot of traps which are really essential to fighting anybody to keep them from running away.
Yeah. But
I don't know about Smuggler or Spy. Spy got a lot of new stuff, actually, so Spy could actually dabble quite easily.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Even just a couple points. You have like 2 or 3 points left over. You could throw into Beast Mastery just to like go out there and like start sampling, like getting like DNA from creatures. You can easily do that.
The only problem is this is more like Slug. This is more slowing down your frame rate when you're in a big battle. Because right now, like anytime I PvP, when I go to go ruin the Rebels base busting event or I go to Restus, you've got all the people there. They all whip out their 3 troops, and then they're gonna be whipping out creatures on top of that.
Right.
It's just that much more. You're fighting way more NPCs in PvP than you are people.
Well, hopefully they get that slider put in place too for the particle effect, so you can turn that down to people without the computer to handle because I think that's what really hits it is the particle effects, all that stuff going off is what
Where's
really.
Where's the mention of that? Wasn't that supposed to be this published?
I thought it was supposed to.
Yeah. Remember we interviewed Lickstead back when we talked about that.
I think he said they were shooting for like a round. So I mean, if it's something that they didn't, get to, they put a lot out with this chapter.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with it so far. I don't have any. I never have really a problem with chapters because there's always adding stuff. It's just the pace that it comes out.
Yeah.
We'll probably see the next one in July or Empire Day, what do you want to call it?
I think it'll be in June. It's
June?
about 2 months between.
What's it now?
It's end of May. It'll probably be the end of June.
Yeah.
right around there. But of course, it depends on like what they decide to go with too. I mean, if they're bringing in like a system like Beastmaster, yeah, it's probably going to take longer. If they're not, if they're just like tweaking and like adding some content where like quests and things like that, I would think quests and stuff like and some tweaking would be a lot easier to add than something like this Beast Mastery system. Yeah. I mean, there's like so much that's going into this with like the enzymes, the DNA, the experimentation, all that stuff. That probably took a lot of time to work out and to work with art. You do something like a story quest, a story art, a couple of those, and you're basically using NPCs that look similar to NPCs you already have. It's just pretty much writing the story and putting it into place. Say, okay, go to this point, go do this.
Yeah. That's perfect. We'll segue right into the new quests.
Yes. What do we have?
Aiding the rebellion.
Ooh, rebel scum. I'm waiting for it to pull up. Now, this was a question from the House of Commons chat. I believe I asked about if the Rebel revamp was coming out and what we could expect, and I was just told, yeah, it's going to be part of Chapter 6, and
I'm glad the Rebel one's coming out first.
So we can get a feel for what it is?
Yeah, they'll make all their mistakes in the Rebel one. The Imperial one will be better. It's exactly what happened to Commando expertise.
Are you going to do any of the Rebel?
I keep meaning to do that. I keep wanting to go and log my alt on because that damn 5-day rule. I never remember or never can be arsed to go change my character's faction. But I really do want to get a character so I can do the theme park for both my characters.
What level? Three of them. What level is your character on Bloodfin?
I've been used him since like last summer. I think he's level 9.
Oh, okay. Because I think my freak on Bloodfin is a rebel currently.
My freak.
Yeah, one of them is, or my freak on Starsider. One of them's a rebel, just so I could do the quest because I had never done them. So
I'll make my new Jedi and Starsider rebel.
We should probably knock on wood. We can do this, but let's get together and try to go through that together. See what we can do.
Yeah, I'll have some time off
just to test them. I mean, I don't know how much time I have.
We'll test it online when it's already bugged.
Yeah. I actually start classes again on May 5th, so no time off for me.
The shiz.
Yep.
But, yeah, level 90, 85 to 90 quest looks pretty hard.
So the whole thing's 85 to 90?
Yeah, and plus it's, of course you get the higher level NPCs now, too. So I'm wondering if this would be something you'd have to run with a group.
Ooh, that would be nice.
And is this killing the old people? Because it takes place in the same NPCs.
Yeah, it's just basically replacing, they're going to send you out on different quests. That's what it sounds like.
That's my one problem, though, is it's a carbon copy. Excuse me. It's a carbon copy of the old one?
Yeah. Well, it's a revamp of it, so hopefully they just, spruce up the missions.
Well, it's like exactly the same thing. You go from the hidden base to Locke to Dantooine to Yavin, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope they do. I remember doing the Rebel Quest 3 years ago and not liking it at all.
Well, yeah, when I did it a few months back, it was kind of boring, and I think that had more to do with that, the quests and the rewards than it did the actual locations. I mean, I didn't expect much. I expect it's basically a revamp. They're going to take what they already have and they're just going to make it fit better to the style of the game now. And
I did it when the old one was new and it still sucked. So I think it was a poorly designed quest to begin with. I don't know.
I can't argue with you on that because when I did it, it was just go here, deliver this, go here, deliver.
Yeah, it sucked for 4 years.
It was even more even more delivery than anything you did at the Imperial one. At least the Imperial one, you were whacking people.
And you were local. You were in the same spot. You weren't going planet to planet to planet.
Well, see, I don't mind so much to going planet to planet to planet. I just didn't like to go here, deliver this, go here, deliver this. I would more go this location, plant explosives on this wall. The wall blows out. You get some guy, and he hops on your swoop, and you take him back to the rebel base. You bust a guy out. Right there, that's more interesting to me than any of the missions that I did on the rebel quest.
Do you remember doing the old Java one? Like, when it first came out, and everybody thought you actually had to escort the NPCs back to Java's palace.
Oh, man.
And you'd actually walk those stupid things all the way back, and all you had to do was, like, hop on your bike and drive.
Well, for a while, there were some missions, like, that's the way escort missions work. You had to actually stay with the NPC.
The village ones were. The village ones were like that. The other ones weren't. I did Java's, and I did the Rebel theme park like that.
I wanted to get something from the village, and I went to do that quest, and it made me so mad because, like, the NPC, like, wouldn't... I don't know what it was doing.
The village had its moments of utter... I can't think of one quest I did there that was fun other than the Phase 4 defend the place.
That's why.
Even then,
I forgot who it was. I think it was Rogue 5 or somebody said, when someone said, "Hey, bring back the village. We want content after the NGE, or are you going to bring back the village?" And he's like, "That was some of the most bugged content we ever added to the game." It may have been Rogue 5. It may not have been, but I remember reading that and I thought that was so funny because everyone wanted it, and it was like some of the buggiest stuff that they added.
I know. I hated the village. I hated Bedrock. It's good for nostalgia, but
yeah.
Other than that, other than that, we have the Azure Cobalt quest.
Yes, the fancy new quests. Now this is 85 to 92, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is freelance, which is nice because I know a lot of people don't like join the GCW at all.
Right.
So there's like a complete outline of the entire quest in the Friday feature. So
we should probably link to these. I'll make like actual show notes to post. That way people can check this out if they haven't yet. But
now my only problem is this is going back to Naboo, from what I can tell, which makes me think I'm afraid of the RSF computer showing up again.
Well, it says it's going to be the high-level quest that will be available on Naboo, Dantooine, and Corellia.
There's pictures of Tatooine in the Friday feature.
Yeah, the Gungan and all that fun stuff. So I haven't read through it. Yeah, it's content, and it's kind of going through or following the line that Blix have said that they wanted to do was add content for the higher levels. Those are most of the people playing the game. That's what we want to do. We want to give them more content.
Which is nice, but I just hope, again, this is a quest that I hope you just can't pound through in a day and then be bored to the next chapter.
Well, maybe with the revamping the NPCs, it'll be a little bit. And even if you could blow through it in a day, it would be like a 10, 12-hour day with buddies.
Yeah. And, well, that's one thing I liked about the village was that they limit your advancement.
Right.
That would be cool.
But even then, I mean, you could say, well, what would you rather have? Be able to blow through it in like a 12-hour day? Or would you like to be able to blow through it in 2 hours, but be locked out for a week? So you blow through it in 2 hours one day, you're locked out for a week, and then you can do the next part, and it keep going like that for 6 weeks.
Well, business-wise, that's actually a pretty good idea.
Lock people out. But you're a casual gamer with a lot of these things. They're going to hop in. They're going to probably finish 3 or 4 missions at a time and like move on to the next thing. Especially if they beef up everything, they're not going to power through it.
That makes me happy that these are going to be top quests. Last thing I ever did that was hard PvE wise was trying to solo Necrosis of a Master Defender, like pre NGE. So this would be cool. Me, Guy, and you can just head out these quests if they're hard enough.
Yeah.
And I hope they're really hard. I hear see that picture of that 100-foot tall Rancor in Tatooine?
I didn't. Let me see. It's not in here?
No, someone posted on the gameplay discussion board. I saved it on my hard drive. Outside Dantooine, right outside the Imperial Outpost, there's this huge friggin' Rancor. Its foot is the size of a house bunker.
Nice.
And I guess they're changing some sort of. I think it's from the Storyteller stuff, though. I don't know. Storyteller, get into that now too.
Are you going to use this? Can you see yourself using this? The Storyteller tools. It's basically.
I can see me.
I haven't read a lot about it, but you basically get tokens. What can you do with these tokens?
I think you can. I was hoping you'd know, but this is one of those things that
here's the combat coming out in us.
Yeah, we're sorry, role players, crafters, entertainers, space people. We're dumb. No, as far as I know, it's an expanded set of tools that's a little bit more towards what the development team can use.
Kind of like stuff like where Pex would come in and be able to play stuff and put stuff around for you. You can go ahead and do this now.
Yeah.
some of it, to some extent.
Yeah, like those giant rancors, I guess.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's something for people like, like Isla, for instance, who does a lot of events.
That's exactly who I was thinking of.
Yeah. So I'm happy they're catering to not us.
Well, it'll be good because it's kind of hard. Like for me, it was kind of hard at times to role play and get into things when there was like no vibe. You didn't have the stuff. It's like, oh look, we're in a house. It meant nothing. Now, if you could start adding some of these artifacts around, start putting stuff around you, you're outside, you have all this stuff around. I could just see it being a lot more fun, being able to get people together and kind of get them in the whole role playing mood.
Yeah, well, combined with the park rentals, that's kind of cool. Where you can start setting stuff up. That would be really awesome.
We'll have to try to build a stadium and hold rallies. What kind of rally? We're not talking. Yeah, we're all gonna We're gonna pull out our blown up speeder bikes and crash the server.
God, why can't they get rid of that bug? That is so annoying.
Oh man.
So that's all we have to say on that. We're not smart people when it comes to anything.
Yeah. We're not big into storyteller, but you know what? When they get more information, we get time to read it. We'll have more on that for you. Mob difficulty. This is the big one that kind of I don't think we were totally expecting it. At least not to this extent.
Yeah, I was surprised because when I logged in Test Center, I just ran over the Dathomir. I just started firing shots at level 79s, and even then, like 3 of them overwhelmed me on my commando.
You're a 90, right?
I'm a 90 on Test Center with that overcapped Primus armor.
Sweet. So
apparently, about 2 or 3 year level, you're toast, which is cool. I mean, it's kind of too little, too late, or it's a lot, but just too late. Just so much has been we've had the NG for a year and a half.
Yeah.
So much has been soloed, and the economy is just so horribly overblown now. I mean, people have been saying that for years, just money-wise. But if Gyra can get a full suit of Mandalorian armor, something's wrong, because he doesn't cooperate with anybody.
Yeah, but you know, this isn't just an NGE thing. I mean, even since, I would say, probably the first 3 to 4 months of the game, it was hard. But then, you got the doctor buffs in there, you got some of the better armor. And after that, this game really has been a breeze ever since then. And you could blow through anything. You got a buff, you had your good armor on, you could already almost solo a lot of stuff in the game pre-CU.
Well, look at the Deathwatch Bunker, for instance, the infamous example. Even then, the CU, you couldn't solo the Deathwatch Bunker during the CU. You needed a big group for that, or 8 or whatever it was.
Right.
And binary liquids were hitting 150 million at that point, just for one. So, it's partly the mob difficulty, how long it was left unchanged. It's partly just inflation. And it's a good solution. I just wish they could do something with the rest of it. About all the crap that built up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to lose my suit armor. I think everybody else should, though.
What if they open up new servers? Say 4 or 5 new servers, give people a chance to transfer to those. And start completely fresh, kind of like Test Center, but not transfer their characters, but to move over there and start playing on a completely fresh live server.
See, if I thought they had any intention of doing that, they wouldn't have invested the time and the art resources and everything else into a house purge. And I think we've got way more servers than we need now, without creating new ones and spreading the population out even thinner.
Right. I mean, I agree with that. It's just, someone had actually posted kind of a good idea, at least I thought it was, where they had suggested that possibly they say, okay, we're going to have 6 servers. Here are the 6 servers. I don't know if you talked about transferring all your stuff over or how they would do it, but get people off the current server, say, okay, by this date, these servers are going to be gone. I mean, you can't completely wipe people's stuff, so maybe that won't work, but if you could find a way to get people all onto, smaller amount of servers without, 4 server merges, I don't know how you would do that. And everyone who's, against server merges, especially on the low-level servers, it kind of confuses me. Because I would think you would want to get rid of a lot of these low-level ones and get more people playing together and then start giving people a lot of group content for them to play.
It's the only thing I can think would do, like, not force it, but just give everybody on the low-level servers, I don't want to name it off the top of my head. I can't even think right now. But give them free server transfers. And, those who want to get out of there can, like they did at Bria.
Right.
And if you do get out of there, eventually then people will start flowing over when they're realizing a lot of their friends are shifting off the server.
Yeah.
Sheep follow. So that would be the way of tricking everybody to leave without actually forcing them to.
The only thing people would have a problem with is the ability for the player cities. And I wish there was something they could figure out with that because they have the cap on these cities. So
I think they need to revamp that completely, the whole city situation.
Oh, I definitely agree because what I don't understand is these people who are worried that the housing purge is going to cause them to lose rank and lose stuff or possibly lose their city, where, one, they lowered the limits. So if that happens, what can you do? And two, the point of the game, like when they originally put in player cities, wasn't for you to get a player city and for you to infinitely keep your player city, even if people didn't play. It was for people to have the opportunity to get these player cities, build them up. If they keep getting new people, then the city grows. If they don't, people leave the game, the houses disappear because that's what originally happened with the maintenance. Maintenance would run out, the house would disappear, and then people could new people could build cities. But that's not what happened. They made it so easy to keep maintenance in the houses, they stopped getting rid of them. Because when I originally left the game for 6 months, one of my houses went poof. I had a bunch of stuff in it. Gone.
Cities need tough love right now.
Yeah, I didn't come back mad at them. I mean, that was the play mechanic. And they've made it so simple to keep cities together where that's the problem with these ghost cities. You have like 3 or 4 people who are running this ghost city of nobody. Is that really fair? No, not to the people who are working hard putting their city together, and they can't advance because other people are, they have a stranglehold on the system.
I know. I know people like that. People get that crap all the time. Not necessarily crap. People like, real life comes up, they have to go away for so many months at a time. That's true, but that shouldn't be your if something did come up so important that you lose your houses in real life, like your in-game ones, why something real came up, least of your problems.
Would you really care? I mean,
yeah.
Seriously, okay, people talk about, there's people in the army, they get shipped to Iraq. Okay, if you get shipped to Iraq,
you're getting shot at. You got bigger problems than your house in Stars Galaxy.
Yeah, you're not thinking like, oh shit, I did not put enough maintenance in my house. No, you're worrying about other things. You're worrying about IEDs, stuff like that. And you come back from Iraq, you get to play Star Wars Galaxies again. You're not going back. You're sitting there like, oh man, my house blew up. You're thinking, oh, at least I'm not back in Iraq. I'm happy to regrind everything again.
Exactly.
I mean, at some point you have to say, you know what, people, we understand that you want to keep your stuff, but...
And those of us that aren't in Iraq would like to play our game the regular way, as intended. God bless you for going to Iraq.
But seriously, with ITVs, is it really that bad if your city loses its shuttle port?
Just clone anyway.
Yeah, bounce around clone. Stuff's going to be able to kill you again.
Droids. Even had medical droids in the hospitals a while ago. There's no excuse for... Oh, Halo 2 is coming up for Windows Vista in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Sweet. I should be reading this while I'm playing.
Cool feature on it. You could just pop it in and start playing right away, and it'll install in the background.
What?
Basically, you can pop it in your drive and start playing, kind of like you would with the the Xbox. You'd toss it in there and start playing right away. You can do the same thing with Vista. You can throw in Halo 2, and you can start playing right away, and it'll actually install in the background as you're playing the game.
Microsoft's been doing that to computers for years.
I know, but not like this.
Google Tuber.
Crazy stuff.
I hate Halo 2.
Great game.
Yeah. No, I mean...
Yeah, no.
I can't wait for Halo 3.
That's going to be great.
The beta's in a few weeks, isn't it?
May 16th.
Yeah. Good thing I bought Crackdown.
Yeah. Be there. It's 3 weeks long. Drops at 12 Pacific time.
So I might be able
Midnight.
to download it 2 weeks in when, Xbox Live stops crashing from all the downloads.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, see, we're on a friggin' roll, and look, you ruined it.
Well, there's only one thing left. It's the
Housing
comment
purge.
chat.
Oh, the housing purge. We were just talking about cities.
Oh, were we?
Yeah. We just went from, I don't know, we went from mob difficulty. It was a smooth transition. It was good. And then you had to screw it up with this Halo 2 junk.
Okay, housing purge. Your house is going to explode. Deal with it.
Everyone gets to, go out there, get their chance to flag houses. They might be able to earn little rewards.
Now, what's the deal with that yellow thing that looks kind of like a ship from Skies of Arcadia with like some weird World War II nose art?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the heck's going on with that thing.
Is that the bomber? It's blowing someone's house up. Holy shit, that's our crater. We live on Tatooine.
Sweet, I hope that's not our house.
That's probably one of Karen's storage houses.
Oh, basically you flag them, and I think they're already marked now as abandoned on live, right? You can go, come June 5th, you can go and you can start flagging these houses. When you flag it, I guess a vehicle's going to swoop in, blow up the house. And really, it just ends up getting packed up and put into the person's inventory, which I'm kind of disappointed about. It's only houses that are a year old.
No, my understanding this is only people inside a city, people who are members of the city can flag them, and in the wild, anybody can flag them.
I thought anybody could flag any of them.
See, I have a problem with that for griefing purposes.
Why? If it's an abandoned house, why? That means
I don't know,
the person on that account hasn't paid to play the game in over a year.
Oh, I know. I don't mean that. I mean for the people that it's just one of those things that, it's just going to cause drama among players. It's a good thing. It's just I don't feel like listening to the bitching and moaning. But from Starsider, we got drama like you wouldn't believe.
Mama drama. Baby mama drama.
But, you want to talk about the whole debacle of the painting?
Oh, the painting. We have to have our painting.
God, how will I live that one more fucking painting? Friggin' painting.
Yeah, I know. Could people be a little more of drama queens? Please? Just a little. Okay, you're not happy. You have no way to get this painting. Guess
Obi-Wan.
what? You wait 3 to 4 months, you're probably going to have a way to get it anyways.
Exactly. It's a stupid painting. But remember the digitized friggin' Luke, Leia, and Han Solo paintings?
Yeah.
Remember what terrible those were? Well, they're making an Obi-Wan one. So what do I care if I don't get it?
I mean, it was just a little something that said, hey, you came back. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for paying for your account. Here you go. Here's a painting. It did nothing for you. And I saw some people complaining. It's like, oh, well, these people are coming back. They're reactivating their account, getting the painting, and they're selling it for like $150 million. I see it going for $150 million. Well, you know what? If someone is that dumb to pay $15 so they can get $150 million in-game credits for a game that they haven't played and that they're not playing, why do you care? I mean, really, it just sounds like a way for the devs to put something out there to get people to come back so the subscription numbers go up and they get like a little bonus or something. I don't know. I would do that. You know what? Then the devs are happy. They got their bonus. They're going to throw stuff in there that you want. They're going to interact more. Everybody's happy.
We're oozing good business decisions tonight.
I know.
We're telling the devs how to screw players.
Yeah.
So now it's Dead Meat came on and said it's for everybody now, isn't it?
Yeah. Everyone's going to get it.
So what's the deal with the little painting I got on Test Center? I logged in. I got this little thing in my inventory.
I don't know. I think that involves the painting, because didn't they say with Chapter 6 you're going to get the painting?
I don't know. It had this vague description about if you put it down, it generates a random painting or something. I think it's the same thing as the holopets where you get one of them, but you don't know until you project it onto your wall.
Oh God, let it be a hollow painting.
Hollow painting. That could be it.
That's what I want.
Hologram.
I either want a hollow painting or a painting of a hologram.
That'd be sweet.
And I want my Han Solo and Carbonite.
We've been asking for that for so long.
I know.
One of these days.
We're gonna get it. We're definitely gonna get it.
We're gonna make our list.
So, do you really see a problem with people getting a painting for coming back? Do you think it's that big of a deal?
I think they're idiots if they come back for a painting.
But what about the people bent out of shape, ready to cancel their account because people are getting a painting that they can't get?
I can understand. I think 99.9% of those people are complete retards. then you have the people that are like, the museum, the curator kind of people that pride themselves on, having these massive collections and making their museums, which there's many of them. Them, I could see them getting annoyed about it because they never have a complete collection unless they cancel their account. Which is kind of funny. They're threatening to cancel their accounts, but then they get the painting.
That's why they want to cancel their account to get the painting.
So I think they're a bit of kind of hypocrites, aren't they? So I don't have a problem with it. Someone always does. There's always going to be someone. So
I could see it being a problem if it was something that you could use in game that meant something. That was
a ship or a new house.
Like the ITV. I did not like the way they came out with the ITV with with the Galaxy's Complete kit. I could understand if they had an expansion and kind of put it out there like, oh, hey, here's an expansion. You can get this item. Even then, the ITV was a little iffy because it's giving something to people that nobody else has a chance to get anything. They cannot get that same level of functionality.
Yeah.
But, things like, the ATRT, the Bark Speeder.
The first bulletproof sort of, the ATRT got me mad because the ATRT is like, everything else exploded at that point with one shot. Whereas the ATRT, could take like 4 or 5 hits.
Yeah.
So it was very much a combat oriented vehicle.
Yeah, when it's giving an added functionality that you cannot get in the game any other way, then I see it being a problem. A painting, come on.
Yeah, it's not artwork like the goggles or anything. Like the ITV, that's letting you go anywhere you want at the click of a button.
Yeah.
That's pretty significant. That's also ruined shuttles big time for player cities, but I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
It's a painting.
I don't like the ITV in the first place, but
neither do I. I don't like the ITV. I don't like the 60-second shuttle time.
Yeah, why do these people get mad when the ITV came out?
Well, there were some people that got mad about it, but there was more people that got mad when it was given to us like 7 months later.
You want to go over the House of Commons chat? Some of the things you picked out?
Yeah, we could shoot through that real quick. I didn't pick out a lot. It was basically just going over a lot of what we had already talked about with the Beast Mastery. Chapter 6. I thought they did a good job. They really kept it on Chapter 6. It wasn't like, is my Jedi getting new clothes with this chapter? Anything like that, like we've seen in the past. So I thought they did a pretty good job.
There wasn't many check the websites or anything like that.
No, they did a great job. The one Dead Meat kind of caught a lot of flack for is a question that I had asked about Chapter 7. I thought maybe I'd throw that out there. That way they can, wrap up the chat if they wanted to. Say, hey, can you give us a little sneak peek at Chapter 7? And he started to act like he was going to say something, and he's like, Dead Meat gets killed or something like that. It was cool. He took the question. He's like, okay, I'm going to play with that one a little bit. But there's some people. There's some people on the forums not so happy about it, and they're the same people probably complaining about a painting that they didn't get. So it's like, relax, people. Maybe the devs have a sense of humor. I mean, it's not like they were openly mocking you. And you know what? It was a question that I asked that he kind of blew off. Should I be upset? Really, should I? I mean...
He responded at least. He was trying to check the website for details. That's what I'm happy about. Like, you're talking about communication earlier improving. I don't want, I'm not trying to jerk the devs off on this one. This is like a much better House of Commons chat in general from past ones we've had. Yeah, I remember the ones you got like 4 or 5 questions, and every one of the answers was check the website for details.
Yeah, I know that. He didn't get that. He kind of like spruced it up, like, "Oh, I'm going to answer it." Oh no, I can't answer that one. But
that was like the only real blow-off question too.
Yeah,
the other ones were. So that's cool.
And yeah, a lot of this was probably information that you could find on the website, but a lot of people don't have time to like comb through the website to get all this information. So to ask a quick question, get an answer. Website. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either.
You could find anything on that damn website. You make up the show notes. We couldn't even find the damn. The published notes.
I hate the forums. I hate the forums. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them because you know what? I have Macs at home. I use Safari, and it doesn't show up good in Safari. And even when I boot into Windows and I'm using Opera, it doesn't show up right. It's like really, really. It's like I'd have to put my browser full screen and have like 3 screens next to each other to like fit it all, and I have to like scroll across to find anything. It's a pain in my butt. Fix it, people.
Freaking riddle me this. Okay, well, first of all, the forums have been a lot more quieter lately, and they've actually kind of stabilized.
Yeah.
Posting less. But how did they break colors? It's HTML colors. How long has HTML been around?
I don't know, what, 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah, this is like Internet Braille. It's like numbers, it's dots and numbers. It's so you can't do any formatting right now. I can't believe how broken these forums can be at times.
Yeah,
I thought the old ones are bad.
You switch to PHP guys.
Yeah,
there you go.
That word. Get what WoW has. They got 6 million people on their forums.
Isn't it up to 8 or 9? Who knows?
I don't know. I think they inflate their numbers a little bit.
Well, I had heard one time that basically their numbers are how many people that they have had that subscribe to the game, not how many people are actively subscribed at this time.
Unique subscribers.
Yeah.
Like if you cancel your account, you don't want to go back to it, you make a new one, that's a new subscriber right there.
Because I cannot see them continuously growing at this rate. You would think, I mean, it would have to level off at some point. I could see it going up and down, but to be like, 6 million, 7 million, 8 million, when no MMO, like, outside of Korea has ever gone over, like, 500,000? Or, like, over 1 million? Come on.
I bet you to count the expansions as a separate registry, too.
Who knows? I'd like to get into their books and figure it out.
I hope they don't commit. They don't write any of it down.
Yeah.
They ballpark it every time.
Yeah. I don't know. I just looked at the forums. I say about it. We gained about another 500,000 people this week.
Speaking of the devs, our tip of the hat to, well, the two people that aren't devs, Thunderheart and Garva, which are gone now.
Yes, they've decided to move on to the other side, the non-Star Wars Galaxy side.
Joining Rogue 5. Who else left? Rogue 5.
Rogue 5, Helios.
Helios is on DC, though, as far as I know.
Helios is? Rogue 5 went to DC.
Yeah, they're on the DC project, so I don't think they left SOE.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I know Rogue 5 has been working on the game for 7 years. I don't. It's
almost
twice as long as we have.
Begging. Please, let me do something else, not Star Wars.
I jump out the window, but we're only on the second story building.
Maybe he tried a couple times and just decided they're like, okay, let's get him out of here.
Yeah, he's probably done it so long. He's gonna be like Gary when he saw the prequels. He get all jaded. And he threw it all his old Star Wars stuff, like his records.
I hate it. He has this big, like, friggin' Han Solo and Carbonite. He's on the backyard sitting in a fire. He's trying to melt it down. I hate you. His life-size Yoda's turned into a voodoo doll.
You can attack Frank off. You damn Muppet. And Ashara left last week, and I get to break the news on this one. Psycho Pyro is stepping down from Star Wars Galaxies.
Oh, that's sad. We've had Psycho Pyro and Ashara's actually called in before, too, to tell me I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I met Psycho Pyro once.
Yeah,
nice guy.
Good people, and, they've done a lot for the community, and it's sad to see them go. But,
they're burned out.
Yeah, everyone gets to the point, and, especially when you're doing something like what Psycho Pyro and Ashara are doing, they're kind of doing it in their spare time for free and not getting a lot of love for it. It's got to be kind of hard.
I know, it sounds, when you step back, it seems so silly because you're just, you're participating in a video game community. But, the crap that gets thrown our way, and I'm not even nearly as active as they are with this right now. And it's just so disheartening and burning out just sitting through that every day.
Right.
I mean, I don't, some days I don't even want to read the forums because I just don't feel like.
I don't want to be assaulted.
The negative energy, negative energy, I feel like some weird Scientology person. It just rubs off on you.
You got to get your black Nikes on. We're hopping aboard the ship on the Comet.
Drink the Kool-Aid. But, two people that... Well, we got a news center this week. I mentioned that to you. What's his name?
I don't know. You tell me.
Lextex?
Cool.
I forget his name, but...
Welcome, sir.
He's first new senator since me, and I got it in February 2006.
Long time.
I know, a year. That's retarded. No wonder everyone else is so burned out.
Yeah.
That 6 months changeover thing they originally thought of, during the pre-NG wasn't a bad idea.
That it might not be bad to like kind of throw that out there and then just kind of go like see how people are feeling and
not enforce it, but
yeah, maybe have it there as like, okay, well, we've let you be on for 8 months. We're supposed to get people after 6. Okay,
recommended date.
Yes,
test before
articles of impeachment to impeach the Senate. Oh no, but you know what? All good people. We thank all of them, Thunderheart, Psychopyro, Ashara, Garva, for everything they did for the community. It was much appreciated. Took a lot of flack, people.
And it's nice Virago's picking up the loose ends where watching that for Virago because he's taking over the head moderator duty and as community relations right now.
Oh man,
for Thunderheart, so he's pulling a triple.
He's got to be drinking on the job. I know.
Did you see that picture of him he put up in the forums one day?
No.
This big scruffy looking guy. Looks like freak. Can't remember their names. He's got long black hair, like a mustache and a shotgun and a big dog, like a German Shepherd.
Is it him? Or is it just a picture he put
That's
up?
That's him.
Oh wow.
He's out in Las Vegas or something. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what we'll do if he goes.
Yeah.
Then we'll be really screwed.
The boards will just crash.
Do we know who the new producer is?
That took Rogue 5's spot?
Yeah.
Dead Meat.
I thought Dead Meat was, sorry, I meant the LucasArts one, not the SOE one.
Oh, Lucas. Do we care?
Probably Julio.
Do we care?
I do, because they're kind of the ones calling the shots.
I mean, we've probably heard it, but, I mean, they're not going to be around on the forums doing anything, saying anything.
Until they screw up really bad again.
Yeah, when they decide to try to make the game even more WoW-like, which we should talk about the KOTOR MMO rumors.
The Cooter
MMO rumors going around. Yeah, that came from EGM. They actually posted in there that there was talk that BioWare is putting together a team to build a KOTOR MMO. And
I've heard that rumor before.
Yeah, but everyone, of course, everyone starts jumping on boards like, I'm leaving Galaxies for that. I'm leaving Galaxies for that. Yeah, they just start putting the team together. Say hello to it in, 4 or 5 years, maybe. And for all you people that think you're going to get, the reincarnation of pre-CU, you're out of your mind. WoW is the new standard for MMOs. Every MMO that comes out from now on, probably going to be similar to WoW in style. Especially if, if companies are thinking that they want to get in some of that 8 million people that WoW has. That's what
ironic.
They're going to do.
The people that quit Galaxies to play WoW, which boosts their numbers, are causing the downfall of the game mechanics that were pre-CU of happening in any future game. Well, so you have no one to blame but yourself.
Well, I've thought about it, and I don't know if I've said it on the show before, but I really see the Raph Koster style of MMO really going. It's going to become a niche style. They're not all going to look like that. I mean, that's kind of the way it was before. All of them kind of had the same feel, the same look, and they're not going to be like that anymore. That's going to be kind of like your real-time strategy of games. That's going to be your MMO real-time strategy. Where you have your people that play real-time strategies, but a lot of those guys are the really hardcore people, they're really in-depth. They're taking a lot of time. They're huge maps, all that stuff. So that's what that's going to be like. And any company that's looking to build an MMO in that style is going to look at 200,000-300,000 people tops, where other people, wanting to build new MMOs, they're going to look at WoW. They're going to be like, okay, that's the formula. That's what we're going for.
Unless they have a big license to pull the people into it. But of course, no one's going to put their license on a niche MMO if they have a good one.
Right, exactly. So that's really
an original would have to be it.
Yeah, it's going to have to be something kind of like what they've done with Halo. Is you build something really big, and then you want to expand the universe, and then you go on to the real time strategy area.
Yeah, whatever happened to that friggin' thing? Halo Wars.
Halo Wars, they're still working on it.
I saw one trailer for it, and it looked really cool.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, probably 2008. Mark it down. I'm telling you, 2008.
We're getting there too, aren't we?
Yeah. Halo 3 will drop in probably November.
Time flies. I'm getting old.
You are.
Damn.
This is my last year of my 20s. Yeah.
I'm just getting early on them.
Screw you.
Yep.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up for the show this week. We actually had good content, threw around a lot of ideas. It's
hour and a half.
We're rolling over. Not even an hour yet. Probably by the time we wrap it up, it's going to be about an hour.
Put a really long song on for the intro.
Okay, like half-hour song. But Josh, I want to thank you for co-hosting this week. I'm glad we could finally get together and BS.
Yeah, I'll probably have nothing to talk about next week.
I know. Hopefully something comes out. Maybe we'll get a little more time in on Test Center so we can kind of like expand upon our ideas. But
we should call this a bi-weekly show just to clear the air there. Because it's really hard to hit it. Like at this point in Star Wars Galaxy, it's hard to hit the same game up every week for the same news.
No, this is a weekly show. Sometimes it may be weekly, sometimes it may be every 3 weeks, but it is a weekly show.
Well, we thought it was 2, but then we didn't release an episode, so it was like a month and a half.
And you know what? For those of you that want to know where episode 70 is, episode 70 was horrible, so I just decided to skip.
It was a new kind of horrible.
Yeah, so we're calling this one 71, and we're on our whole own naming convention now with these things. So don't go looking for 70; you're not going to find it. But
the last episode,
yeah. Check out our website, thegalaxyreport.com. Hit up our forums. We have the donation buttons. Those are back up. So go ahead, send us a few dollars. That way we keep everything up and running. We've had a couple donations that have kept the website up and the feed going. So not the actual feed, but the feed of the show to like iTunes and all that stuff, and what most people download from with their news catcher or their podcast catcher.
The music catcher.
Yeah, whatever. Some sort of catcher. There's feeds. There's stuff. It's going good. We could always use more. Who knows what we'll do with it? Maybe some fun stuff. But check that out. You can email us questions at thegalaxyreport@yahoo.com. Definitely, give us your ideas, your thoughts. Do we have a poll question of the week, or do we want to wait till next week on that one?
What's our other one at right now?
I don't know. It's pretty close. I think we talked about it on the one show that we did a couple weeks back. And
no, it's deleted when we talked about it on.
Oh yeah. Basically, it's I don't know, what is it?
The buff one, I think.
Oh yeah, should the buffs be limited, and that's pretty much 50-50 split. So we'll get into more
41.
We'll for having it limited.
58-41. 58 people say yes. There's way too many buffs right now.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Someone agrees with us.
Yeah. So we'll get into more of that next week. But thanks everyone for listening. We'll see you next week.
If you are enjoying the Star Wars fan audio production you're listening to right now, then don't stop there. Come see what the excitement is about at the